I'm gonna record. So Robin, we have an all-in, well, now it's called the Road to Founders Club group, and me and Stacy and Christy Van Dam run it. And we had a Xyngo contest where everybody's in these accountability groups, and whichever group won got this is their prize tonight. So I mean, what better prize than to have the ear of Robin Packard? So what they have done is each of them have a question. So they're going to introduce themselves to you, tell you where they're at, and then ask you a question. Will that work? You're muted. You're still muted.
You would think by now that I would know how to run a Zoom.
It's all good. So Donna, did you get home already? I thought you were in your car. Good.
Well, I love that you guys are going to ask me questions. That'll be fun.
All right. Are you ready to get started?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So Jamie, I'll let you.
We already talked about the order we were going to go in. So Nevesha's going to start us off.
All right.
Hi, I'm Nevesha Kiefer, the rank of manager, but I'm not hitting manager. But we're just going to jump right in. And my question is, what do you recommend doing when you're feeling overwhelmed or defeated by continuous setbacks? When you feel like you have the drive and you see the vision and have the desire to succeed, but even new things that you're trying and everything you do just feels like the wheels are spinning and getting nowhere, while losing partners, losing customers, subscribers, lack of signups, a 1099 that's worse than the prior year, etc. When you just feel beaten up, how do you power through?
Okay, that was a lot. I'm in the hot seat right off the bat. Okay, this is going to sound silly, but when I feel overwhelmed, I go back to ground zero. Let me just talk about the first part is organization. Usually when I feel overwhelmed, it's because I've gotten disorganized somewhere. I literally told my assistant, which I'm glad you brought this up because I'm going to show you. Here's my whiteboard in my office. And I literally had to say, we're not getting stuff done, the right things done in the right order. So I went through and what are my projects? Like, what am I actually working on? And underneath this is the board I have all the time. And it has each distributor. I think what happens is when people get overwhelmed or you're starting to lose people in the midst of the network marketing world has been weird since COVID. We had this huge burst and then it went downhill. I truly believe it will be great again. I truly believe this product launch is going to change the face of Xyngular, because we will be one of the front runners on the network marketing side to release a product like this without giving away too much information. I do think that, I mean, I feel like some people have already released so much information on that, but I truly believe that we will be innovators in the field for it. So we're not done yet. So if that gives you some hope. So for me, the question was, to me, I live and die by the statement, an overwhelmed distributor does nothing, a confused distributor does nothing. It's easy for them to get confused when they won't plug in. And the minute they get overwhelmed, they quit plugging in. Or the minute a distributor, I'm going to use the word distributor. I'm an old dog. It's hard to teach me new tricks and call people brand partners. We're distributors. So just forgive me. Okay. So to me, it's getting organized and going back to the basics. It's funny because a girl that's been with me a really long time tagged me in my post from 2015. And I can share that with Melissa and she can get it to you. And literally it just laid out how to be successful in network marketing. So the first thing I do is get really organized. So you have all this stuff floating in your head and that's where you get overwhelmed. So I put it on a whiteboard. What is my actual goal this month? My goal is always to produce a manager and a quick start. And that's how I won Founders Club, the top person last year, and had 24, 25 unique accounts. what is on the board and what you look at and stare at every day is where your focus is going to go. If you don't have it wrote down, you have no focus. I'm going to say that 99% of women think generally alike in that aspect. Like what we see, what we write down is reality. So I don't like little Post-it notes, and I used to be the Post-it note queen. I found one the other day that I must have used for Platinum Executive. It was stuck in a book. So what I would do is get your goals for this month and keep it super simple, right? Of what you personally want to do. Then your team is going to need a lot more love and recognition, because when people get overwhelmed or their numbers go down, they take it personal, like they've done something wrong. They're just not good at this, and they get defeated and quit. You have to let them, they're not alone. There is hope. We have a new product, but they do have to get into action. It's easy for people to quit that never really did much or tried very hard. If someone wants to quit and they're doing the do and they've given it solid 6 months, and I have literally told this to a girl, maybe this isn't just the right company or deal for you. And the reason I told her that is because for 6 months, she did everything, but the problem was she had to call me every single day to get a pep talk. I am all about giving pep talks, but I'm not going to give pep talks to someone every single day. And she just wasn't the right fit for network marketing, I think, because, other reasons. But so I would clean up the overwhelmed and get organized. Like, I am a freak. I get up every single morning and I have to clean my kitchen. I cannot start my workday without cleaning my kitchen. My sink has to be clean. And I read that once somewhere and this stuck with me. I personally don't struggle with depression, but know people that do. And I read an article once that said, get up and clean your sink. Just clean your kitchen sink. If you do that, that's going to make you want to clean the counter. If you do that, it's going to make you want to clean your kitchen. So start with one thing and say, I have to literally block out my day. I feel like I'm going on and on, but I don't have the type of brain that can just like, oh, everything's out here. No, I have to block out from 8 to 9. I'm working on social media and I'm saving those in my phone, because there's going to be days where I don't want to be on social media. There's going to be days when I don't want to build content. So when I'm in the mood, I store them all in an album on my phone. But at 8 to 9 every single day, I get up and work on my social media, whether I'm stories, whether I'm posting or whatever. That's just that time. And then say 9 to 10, I'm checking in on product users. Now I do this full time. So you're going to have to adjust your time block to the amount of time you can spend in Xyngular. So maybe for Mary says, I have the mental capacity and the time to check on 3 customers a day, and get in there and actually coach those customers and cheer them on. No one ever has been mad at somebody that is cheering them on. So, and then maybe Mary says, okay, I have the mental capacity to check on 2 distributors a day. And guys, I'm going to tell you, this is a work smarter, not work harder business. You are going to spend the same amount of time checking in. So if you want your check-ins to be more successful, pick up the phone. Can you imagine if I called Heather, what it would mean more to Heather if I picked up the phone and spent 5 minutes personally talking to her than shooting her a message? So, like, please don't take this personally, because I'm talking in generalities. I'm not talking to this team. I'm talking to the team of mine that I see and company wide. Since COVID, people have gotten a little lazy and they don't want to talk to each other. And I know I would love this business if I could just throw up a Facebook post and enroll people off of it. I can't hardly do that. I have to reach out to people. So, if Dawn is a product user, pick up the phone and call Dawn. Dawn, how are you doing? Tell me, are you hitting your health goals? It's 2024. Where are you at? Where can I help? Where do you need an accountability cheerleader? The things. That's going to help hold your subscriptions, right? And then if you want Jamie on your team, pick up the phone and say, Jamie, I've been following you on Facebook for so long. I love that we get to connect that way. You have been on my heart because whatever's authentic to Jamie, you're a sweetheart. I know you're a hard worker, whatever. You would be a great fit for my team. Have you ever considered taking a look at my opportunity? It is very much harder for people to tell you no in that kind of setting than it is in a message that they're just won't respond to. And this is how busy Americans have gotten. I have very important messages that sit in my message box because I look at them and either think, ooh, this needs some thought and I need to put a little bit of thought and time into this response, but I don't have that this second, and then forget about it. Right? So if you want to get better results, do better work. Does that make sense? Like, pick up the phone and talk to people. Pick up the phone and talk to your customers. These are your customers. Not all products are easy to coach. Collagen's easy to coach. Love it. Ooh, I wish I could just sell collagen because I could say, take 1 scoop a day. I'll see you in a year when you're looking good. But that's not realistic, right? And now's a good time to do product check-ins because you have a new product. But I don't think you should, if some of you are not doing product check-ins, I don't want the first one to be, do you know we have a new product? Well, that doesn't sound like you care about anything but selling, right? So I do think you need to do some now. And I love that this is, you know, way before February 12th, because you have some time. And the hardest thing you're ever going to do in this business is look in the mirror and say, what am I doing good? And what am I not doing good? And ladies, I do that every month. And last month I said to myself, I am not doing a good job recognizing my team. And it's because recognition is not important to me. It almost embarrasses me. So I always put it on the back burner, but recognition is the #1 motivator for most people. I was doing a terrible job, and a brand new person needs every attaboy that they can get. Every lower ranked person needs every attaboy they can get. So this month, you know what I did? When I was like, I am not doing a good job at that. This month, I created a recognition system, and I told my assistant, we're going to do this. This stays forever, and it's going to help with Founders Club, right? And it'll help build my 1 through 4 strength. So write down an inventory. I'm good at recognition. I am good at product coaching. I am bad about talking to the opportunity, and then start really tackling the ones you're bad at. The reason I love Founders Club, I do love the trip, but I'm going to be super honest. I am a ranch girl, and I had a blast in Jamaica. I truly did. And anytime I actually get on the trip, I do great. But the days leading up the trip, I never want to go because I don't like to leave my ranch. If anyone follows me on Facebook, I had a mare that was supposed to have a baby. Luckily, she had it like 2 days ago. She waited for me to get home from Jamaica. I don't like leaving my kids, all the things, but I do love the trip. So what I'm going to tell you though, what I love about Founders Club isn't the trip. It's that if you're doing those activities every day and you are making it so stupid simple that it can be duplicated, you're going to win that trip easy peasy. Here's where we're not doing good. And again, I'm talking more about my team. I'm not talking, Melissa didn't say, my team's not going to duplicate. This is all like what I see in my team. Because she did nothing but rave about you guys. But so on my team, what I see is I can bring them in. They don't always duplicate. So I've tried to make it like stupid simple. So how many of you are great at selling whatever kit you came in on? I came in on an Ignite kit, which would have been like an X plus kind of. So let me tell you, all I sold was Ignites. Ursula Myers, when she was here, she came in on an advanced, which originally a UTK. So she was great at selling. People are comfortable at whatever level that they came in. If you came in on a gut collective, you're going to sell a gut collective. So you've got to make your onboarding so simple that the normal person will duplicate it. And I think that's where the company has really tried to make it easier. Okay, I think I went really way off course of the original question. Awesome. But to paraphrase that, get organized, clean your kitchen, whatever that may be. Every woman has a kitchen to clean. Mine is I got to get up and clean my real kitchen. Yours might be you have to clean your desk. It might be you need to tidy up your whiteboard, but you do have to get in front of your face what's important. What's important needs to be 1,200 inception, go for 1 manager, 1 quick start a month. How do you do that? You need to be doing follow-ups with your product users to help convert them. You need to be out recruiting new people. Okay.
Awesome.
I hope I covered it all.
You covered a lot. Donna, are you ready to ask your question?
Okay, yes, I will. I just wanted to know how you got to where you are. Like
Yourself first.
what was that?
Introduce yourself first.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Donna. I started like 6 years ago and then stopped and came back. So I was a silver manager then, but I haven't hit silver manager again. I've consistently hit manager, but not any higher than that. And yeah, like how did you get to where you are? How did you grow? What would you say are your top few things that you did
Well,
consistently?
I hate that I'm honest and not well worded because that's not a good combination. What I would say is I got to where I went because I started doing things I didn't want to do. The Robin of 2012 did not want to post on Facebook, just wanted to occasionally drop a post in with a before and after picture, much like people do on their stories now, and hope someone came to me to talk about Xyngular. And then I honestly got pretty much to director with a weight loss story, but would not do anything. I did not like posting. I didn't recruit anybody. And then I went to a convention and saw Lacey getting her $100,000 check. And at that point, I was like, there is real money here. I need to really look at this opportunity. And I was pretty broke. So I was just determined at that point, like, okay, I'm going to get out of my comfort zone. I'm going to start actually like calling people. And I swear this is a true statement. On the way home from my first convention, the first time I ever reached out to anyone about Xyngular, and I called Crystal Nichols, she's an ambassador now. And I said, hey, I know you know what I've been doing because you've been seeing me follow. And I say, I want you to do this with me. There's a huge opportunity here that I've been missing out on, and I want to build a team. And I know you'd be great at it. And then you have to tell the person why they'd be great at it. So I started doing things that I wasn't comfortable with. And then I've always been a hard worker. It didn't really matter what I did, but I started really showing up on social media to this day. And you guys wouldn't know this if you watched me on social media. I hate social media. If I could live not like in Alaska or anything, but somewhere and live off grid, I would. So I started treating myself like I was like if I cloned myself, I would say like, does this girl help my business? Or is she bad for business? And back then I was like, yeah, she's bad for business. So you have to start like thinking of yourself as your own employee and show up every day on social media. And I know some people will be like, I don't want to work every day. You guys know, I already told you, if you block out some time for your social media, you literally on Sunday in 2 minutes can pull from that album and post and have a link up just so you're showing up for yourself. Like I wish everyone would read this book, but it's kind of not the most fun, easy read, but it is got so many good things about it. It's called The Anatomy of Peace. And it literally just talks about like, you have to show up for yourself. You have to do the hard things. Anyway, and there's tons of podcasts you can listen to. I just, this has nothing to do with your question, but when people say to me, I don't have time to do this, I literally, if I know them well, will take their phone out of their hands, go into their settings on their phone and look at the amount of time that they're on social media. It's mind blowing. And I'll say, this is the time you're going to build your business. You're not going to keep scrolling mindlessly. And now we're going to start building a business in this time. But I have to know who I can talk to like that. Because, I know Stacy well. I could talk to him like that and say, hey, get your butt in gear, whatever. But somebody else couldn't take that kind of like honesty. So I'll have to say, okay, tell me how you do spend the downtime of your day. But sometimes people just need a little mirror held up to their face in a kind, loving way and say, this is where we're going to find the time for the business. Okay, you're so broke you can't afford a gut collective, then we need to figure out a way to help your finances. And let me tell you a big secret. The 100-pound overweight Robin would have paid anything in the world to get a kit that was going to help her lose 100 pounds. I would have found the money. I would have worked 3 jobs for the money. And this blows my mind because one of my best friends is a hairstylist, and new hair for girls with extensions, really long hair, is $1,500. And I said, oh, you probably don't have many girls that can afford that. And she goes, oh no, you can't imagine how many high school and college girls do it. She goes, they find the money. Like they will work and find the money. And that blew my mind, but it also solidified the fact that people will find the money for what they see value in. Are you showing them the value of what we have? It's just too easy to put up graphics. People aren't going to get the value in that. You're going to have to say, this changed my life. I wanted to go to bed at 6 o'clock and now I go to bed at 11 o'clock at night. Or I lost 50 pounds, or my cholesterol's down 15 points, or cardio got rid of the black circles under my eyes. People will spend money on what they personally value. But if you're just throwing up corporate graphics, they're not going to see the value in that. People want you to go live, tell them how these products fit into your life, what they've done for you. If you don't have a story, then lean on other stories until you do have your story. Okay, I know that I got off course on that one.
That's okay.
We're loving all the off course. It's great.
Well, I hope so, because they're going to be like, that girl's squirrel. See, this is why I got to write stuff down, y'all, because I'm the same way with what I have to do in a day. Every single thing I say to you, you might think is important, but to me, I'm like off topic, right? So that's why on this board in my office, every day I have to stare at 1,200 inception, 1 manager, 1 quick start. So it keeps me looking. Every morning I get up and I'm looking for that quick start. I am looking for that new manager. I am looking for a product user who wants to upgrade. I'm making sure on social media that I'm putting out there that I want brand partners to join with me. Okay. Did I answer all yours?
Mhm.
Okay. Good.
Okay, I get to go next. I'm Jamie, and I've got the pleasure of meeting you in person and getting to know you a little bit better. I'm super excited about that. My question is, even though you talk to people when you're close to them and you're expanding your network with people that are within 3 foot or 6 foot, what are some other ways that you expand your network? What are some non-typical things or places that you should go look when you're really wanting to get out of your little bitty area further out and fill your funnel up with new prospects?
Well, I think you do that through your hobbies or your interests, whether it's, I think there's several ways. Hashtags are super important because like maybe you have wiener dogs, you know, and you start hashtagging wiener dogs, which I use my horses to draw in a lot of people. That helps me broaden my funnel. So hashtags are important on social media. I say you get in groups. You don't necessarily get in groups and try to sell your stuff, but say that you do love wiener dogs. Get in the Wiener Dog of America Facebook group and start finding new friends. Like I had 800 friends when I started on social media. And like on Instagram, I mean, it took me a while to really get that cadence of finding friends, but I'm constantly trying to break into new networks. And the great thing is we all have friends that don't want to do this business. So it's easy to go to them and say, Heather, I love you. I know you don't want to do the business, but as my friend, would you support me? Because I do want to really grow in 2024. And would you help me open up your network so I can give me some referrals? Maybe Heather doesn't want to be a distributor. It's not Heather's time. We're not going to force it to be Heather's time. But if you say, would you support me by hosting a meeting? That's how I got in this business. I did not want to do it. I said, I'm a terrible salesman. And no one in the whole company has sold less spring than me until cranberry spring came out because I'm too honest. And anytime anyone wanted it, I'd be like, oh, it doesn't taste good though. It's hydrating, but it doesn't taste good. Not for me. Not. So anyway, but then cranberry spring came out and I loved it and I can share. So go open up. So anyway, my sponsor came to me and said, I know you don't want to do this business, but you have a great weight loss story. Would you host a meeting for me? You guys, I got 4 comments on that and 5 likes. Not exactly a social media success, right? But that led to my first meeting, which quite a few people came, and then I got my feet wet in the business, and then that led me to go even further and further, right? Not everyone's going to jump in the pond. Sometimes you're going to have to kind of slowly walk them in, and maybe they don't want the business, whatever, but I bet they'd still host a meeting for you or support you in some way. We just in our mind think that our friends are only really supporting us as if they join, buy products from us, and build a business. That's not necessarily true.
Thank you.
Okay, so new ways. I would say social media if you're super limited, because like I do love Rudy's story of 10 pennies. And if you are somewhere and you are like can do that, I say get out and go find people. I generally live quite a ways from town. And so I try to really do my 10 pennies on social media every day. But an easy example is we have convention coming up. So if any of you like are buying stuff for it or whatever, like when you go to Dillard's and they're like, well, what are you shopping for? How can I help you? And you're like, well, I need new shoes. And they'll be like, well, what's the occasion? Oh, I'm going to my company's convention in April in Oklahoma City. Oh yeah. What kind of company do you work for? Oh, I work for a health and wellness company. We just released a huge weight loss product that's going to revolutionize weight loss. We sell the best collagen on the market. Something like that. I'm sure you can finesse that much better, but
Love
okay.
it. Jamie, you good?
Yep.
All right, who's next?
I only remember the first three on the list. You guys, who follows me?
Next.
I think I do.
Go ahead, Heather.
I'm Heather Larson, and I live in northwestern Minnesota in a tiny little town called Fertile. And there's jokes that go along with that I will not share in this group. Anyway, I am platinum manager. However, like most everyone, not reaching that at the point. So my question is, there's so many things that can really get, going back to Nevesha's overwhelming feeling, but there's so many things. You can get information here and training there and these boards and that and everything, and it gets complicated. What would you say is a good way to really just kind of water it down, make it very kindergarten simple in one, getting people to say yes to being a partner, and then once they become a partner, what are those simple steps to get them started?
So I'm gonna have to drop. Let me see if, well, I'm not the host. Melissa, could you make me a host for a minute? And I'm gonna go through. I was not prepared for this, so brace yourselves, because screen sharing never works very good for me. But I have a simple worksheet system that I give. Let's do that first. I understand it's how do you get them to say yes? Let me come back to that. But how do I have a 4-page simple worksheet that you could make your own easy or whatever your onboarding is, that literally breaks down to the new person. What's our goals? What are we even trying to do? Because they don't know what a manager is. They don't know what a silver manager. They don't know what a quick start bonus is. They don't care. What do they know though? That you get $100 for this, $100 for that, and this month you're getting $200 for manager. So I have a very simple worksheet for that I give them. I'll try to screen share that with that, and I can give it to Melissa that she can share it with you. That's worked really well for me. But how do you get them to say yes? So if Heather, if I was talking to you, and let's say, I mean, the bulk of us are talking, most of our talks are like with people that want to try product. I would say, you are going to love this college. You're not even going to believe what it's going to do for your hair, skin, and nails. I would highly suggest that you pay the $49 upgrade so you can share this link with your girlfriends, because I know they're going to want some collagen or something. It's an affiliate link. You might as well get some money back. I don't like go into 5 million things. Sorry, my dogs are barking because someone just walked in my house. I don't go into 5 million business details. I just keep it stupid simple. And then I give them the worksheet, and the worksheet says goal 1, which is quick start 1, goal 2, quick start 2. Let me see if I can share it now. No. Oh no, I'm the I don't know if it'll let me do it as it won't.
I'll make you host.
Yeah, because it's not giving me the option to share. Oh, wait, it is. It was. Okay.
Okay, wait, you're good.
Okay, hold please. I just got a new phone today, so I hope it's there too. Okay, let's see here. There's a picture of some nails that I thought were good. There's some baby pictures. You're not gonna, oh, there's my boyfriend. Okay. So here's the first page. Can you see that?
Yep.
I call mine the success squad. Goal 1. I'm gonna zoom this in. Quick start bonus 1, enroll 4 people with points totaling. I think totaling might be spelled wrong. Is there 2 L's in totaling?
I
Anyway,
don't think so.
I'm glad we looked at this. $100 bonus. Goal 2, quick start bonus 2, enroll 4 people with points totaling over 1,000, $100 bonus. Goal 3, manager rate, hit 2,000 points in products sold, including yours, manager bonus. Like, and then you could personalize with your picture, whatever. Okay. All right. So now I've told them the goals this month. How do we do it? Step 1, a welcome post. This is your way of telling the world that you are open for business. See the last page for Burp. Step 2, make a list of 10 people and personally contact to practice. Choose people you feel very comfortable with. Step 3, go live. Tell your friends and followers why you joined. You do not have to have products for this. If you have them, do an unboxing. So there's that. Step 4, show up. Show up every day on social media. I'm not going to read all of this because I'll give this to Melissa. Step 5, a sip and see. Step 6, follow up and repeat. That's it. And then it has post. And I always say on your first post, here's some framework, but keep it your voice. People can smell fear. They can smell copy and paste. Have you ever, like on Jerry Maguire, where he's like, kids can smell fear and bees and kids can smell fear or something. People can smell when you copy and paste. Don't do that. And then it says fast message call. Fast message call is best, or a voice clip. Hey, I don't know if you saw my original post. Okay.
Love that.
It's just stupid simple, like embarrassingly simple, but that's what it has to be to duplicate. If I got on and started trying to Dawn, okay, Dawn, it's your first day. Yay. Make me a 50 list. Let's get your sip and see scheduled. You need to hit 2,000 points. You need to do it by the 31st. It starts over every month. You know what Robin would do if you did that? Anytime someone explains a card game or anything like that, I mentally just black out. Black out. Ain't doing it. But that I'm not saying it's the best thing in the world. I know every one of you can make a better one. That's what works for me. That every person I brought on last year and right now, that's how I bring them on. Here's your 4-page worksheet. And then I use any list so I can see, like, I don't want to be hounding. How do I say your name? Navasha? Is that right?
Navasha.
Navasha. I don't want to be hounding Navasha and Navasha get mad at me. I want to give Navasha a list and say, okay, this 4-page worksheet, that's what's pressing. That's what we're doing together. But here's your any list between the two of us. And that's what you're going to do in the nooks and crannies of your day. Because I'm not going to walk you through Learn. I don't need to walk you through the back office when the company has videos and there's Curtis explaining the comp plan. Like when she has 2 minutes in the day, she's not going to call me and say, I have 2 minutes. What can I do? But if she looks on her any list, she can be like, oh, I've got time to check this out. That's just what works for me. Any list is a grocery list. I don't know if y'all use it or not, but it's worked well for me. Okay. I don't even remember what the original question was. See, if I can do this, you guys can do this too.
I love you so much.
Yeah, you were answering the original question. Awesome. And I love that idea. The other part was what are some simple things that we can do to just get them to say yes in the first place? Oh, I think you kind of touched on that already, but.
Well, what I think we don't do enough of is relationship building. I think people, I literally wanted to beat my head against the wall when I went and taught a mentoring trip. And I said, okay, give me your top 3 daily IPAs that you do every day. And one of them was, I send birthday messages. What? Okay, send a birthday message, but do you go beyond that? Do you then say, hey, Heather, what are you doing for your birthday? I'm glad that, and then they respond, well, I'm glad you got to go to Top Golf with your friends. I love Top Golf. I got to throw a birthday party, keep that conversation going. I got to throw a birthday party at Top Golf for my son. I never would have used to do that, but my side hustle let me do that. I'm pretty excited about it. And then segue into conversation. Just wishing someone happy birthday is not going to get you to executive. Okay. And it shouldn't be one of your top 3 things you're doing every day. Your top 3 things you should be doing every day is checking in on your product users and supporting them and coaching them and trying to upgrade them, because I'm sorry, but 90% of this company was product users that loved it and then decided that they wanted to share it. And then the other part, your number 2 IPA should be out actually recruiting people. Stacy, I know health and wellness is important to you. We've been friends a long time. I would love for you to listen to my opportunity. As my friend, would you just support me and take 2 minutes? And if anything, it'll just let me practice talking to you about it. That's very disarming for the brand new person. I had a girl hit gold manager in December a year ago because she literally picked up the phone and called and said that to people. Would you just support me and let me practice on you? Okay. Okay. Did we cover that one?
And
I
then
think
what
we did.
what was said? Once you get
What-
on the
what?
phone, once you get them on the phone, what does that conversation look like?
She would get them on the phone and say, hey, I don't know if you saw my Facebook post, but I've joined a health and wellness company. I love the products and I really wanted to tell my friends and family about them. Do you have 2 minutes where I can just talk to you about them? I've been kind of nervous and I need to practice. And I know that you're a sweet friend and would be a confidence builder for me to talk to, something like that. Or Stacy might not want to say that because, he's a dude, but he could say, hey, I joined this health and wellness company. I'm really excited about it. As my friend, I just wondered if you'd support me, even if it's not in buying product, but just listening to me so I can get better at presenting my opportunity. And I think that's easy for a new person because they are nervous. They are scared.
Yeah. So at that point, would she get you on the phone with them for that 2 minutes, or does she?
Nope.
So what does that 2 minutes look like?
So
conversation about the
they would listen to her and she would say, I'm going to send you my flip book of products and I would love for you to take a look at it. And there's an income opportunity here as well to get your money back in sharing an affiliate link. And then she would send them the flip book and then we would go from there in conversation. And she would try to get down a time like when she could touch back in with them. Nobody ghosted her. Nobody was rude. That's when I knew we had really gone awry. Fast chats were amazing, but at the same time, they kind of killed us. I'm sorry, my dogs are being bad. My kids are supposed to be. Hey! My dogs aren't afraid of me, nor are my children. Anyhow. Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah. Send the product book, go from there, present the opportunity.
Love it.
And it was crazy because she was terrified in the beginning and you could just see her confidence get better. Because she was practicing. And not very many of your friends and family are going to be like, no, I'm not going to support you after you just said, would you support me by taking a look at this?
Yep. And I think with everything, that the more you do it, the less people to do. So.
Well, and what I saw with that was her success rate was so much higher than just sending out messages on Facebook and getting into people's messenger and DMs. So much higher. She was terrified, but she was willing to do the work. And she hit extreme builder. She hit gold manager in December.
Nice. It's awesome. All right. Who's next?
Okay, thank you. That was awesome. My name is Dawn. I am a gold manager, which, like everybody else, I have not hit even manager. And probably
you guys don't have to explain that. Let me tell you, there's not one person in this company that's like ahead. So it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's just where we're at. It's not you. We all probably contributed in some ways. It was the state of the world and us going more automated versus more personal and just a shift that we didn't follow. So I don't want anyone to feel bad or like, oh, I'm not hitting it. Just
Right.
throwing that out there.
Okay, thank you.
You're
Um,
welcome.
But my question is, okay, so a lot of us have just started or we have started and fallen down and we don't really have a story. How do you make it people see that vision when you don't have the story?
That's where you need to lead into other partners and get them on the phone and help build that vision or use their story, or get them in a chat with you until you either have your own or whatever, but you have to paint a vision somehow. So that would be the best way to do that.
Okay.
And so something you brought up, just you saying, I'm not hitting rank. Here's what I realized last month, when I was doing my inventory of what I was doing good and what I was doing bad. And I said I was doing bad on the recognition. And I realized I'm doing bad on recognition because I have these leaders that have hit these bigger ranks or whatever ranks, director, it doesn't even matter what rank. Well, they're not now. So like, they're not really getting recognition because they're not like going up ranks, right? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm going to do rank recognition off of Founders Club every month. And I named it like super building, epic building, and icon builder. It's not building, it's builder. And like, if you hit 1200 and got a quick start, you're at the 3rd tier. You're getting recognized. If you hit 1200 and produced a manager, you hit the epic builder. So like, I made my own recognition system for people just like you or everyone in the company. You're not necessarily hitting a new rank. I can't worry about getting you to platinum manager. I got to get you back to silver manager first, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I don't want people feeling depressed because no matter what they're doing, it's not platinum manager. Forget the platinum manager. Forget it. Or whatever the highest you've been, forget that rank. Right now, we just want to go to the next one, or, whatever one is your next one to where you are, and we'll keep building from there. But I think when everyone keeps comparing to whatever rank they hit in COVID or whatever rank, whenever, they immediately just feel disappointed, whatever. And I don't want that, because it wasn't, there are some cases where the person fell off, whatever, didn't work. But a lot of people did work, or just, we tried different things. They didn't necessarily work, whatever. There's 9 million contributing things that factored into why we're where we're at now.
Mm-hmm.
So don't worry about the highest you've ever been. Worry about the next rank or hitting manager or whatever. And let's start there and build. Clean your kitchen, slate clean. I'm telling you, some of you really get the clean your kitchen deal because you get it. But if you don't, sorry, I know I'm bad worded. Okay. Did that answer everything? Okay.
Okay, it looks like Mary's left.
Yeah, I'm last. Let's see. I know in the past you've mentioned the punch jab, and the jab being a singular post compared
Correct.
to non-singular, making sure you're not just posting singular all the time. Do you think it's changed for 2024? Or are you still kind of holding that true, that you personal, singular, personal, singular?
Yeah, because it's like unfortunate. I either get someone that doesn't want to do anything at all, or all of a sudden all they want to do is vomit singular. Well, that doesn't work very good. And I tell people, your social media needs to be like somewhat of a reality show. You have to build value into singular, and you have to build value into why people should come to your page. Why should I visit Mary's page? What am I going to see? Oh, am I going to see a low carb recipe that I might want? Am I going to see her talk about a collagen that has made her joints feel amazing? Am I going to see her wiener dog today? Right? Something that gets them coming back. And I know that sounds a lot of work, but okay, if I live out on a ranch, I'm not going to be 10 pennying out on the street like Rudy. And a lot of you are the same. So, okay, this is where you need to put your work in. This is where you really need to show up for yourself. This is where I was the very most uncomfortable. I literally used to have the most lockdown Facebook you could imagine. And now mine's just public for anyone to comment, come to, whatever. And I post, ranch shenanigans. I posted about my baby the other day. Because I have singular out the people that I know, but I post a baby colt and hashtag it horses, babies, foals, whatever. I got new followers that wanted to see a baby. Well, now they kind of checked out my page and be like, this looks like a chick that I would want to be friends with, and stayed. And then I'm going to introduce them to Singular. But it's relationship building. But this is where I think collectively in the world, we've gotten lazy. People don't really want to build relationships like that or put in the work to do that. Like you want to know why network marketing has a bad name? Because some people's relationship building is friending Mary on Facebook and then immediately sending her a message. Do you take collagen? Would you be interested in collagen? That's why network marketing has a bad name. Instead of slowly starting to like and commenting on Dawn's post, sending Dawn a birthday message that said, I hope you had a fantastic birthday. I enjoy following you on social media and seeing your wiener dog. I don't know why I'm on a wiener dog kick. I do not even have a wiener dog.
You've reached your limit of saying wiener in an hour. So
yeah. Okay. I'll have to move on to a different thing. So, and then starting to slowly build a relationship. Well, here's where the big payoff happens. If you're doing that every day with a lot of people, you start really building a following. That's how I went from 1,800 followers on Instagram to 44,000, is because I showed up every day. I tried to be authentic and post about me, or what's going on around here, and then a jab of Singular. A little bit of everything. And there, 9 out of 10 times you can bet that I don't want to be posting. And that's when I got to get into my album on my phone and pull out some of the stuff you see on my stories. Like if it's like not Singular, probably didn't even happen that day. I have pulled it from an album and like, so I felt like I wasn't getting enough traction. I have to let my dog in. He's not a wiener dog. So I started, like, occasionally if I read a good book, like if you look at my Instagram today, it says Robin's Book Club, and I posted a book I like, right? Because people are always looking for book recommendations. And what I like about making recommendations on books, movies and stuff, I'm going to find my people that way. Mary's going to read that book now and say, oh, I really did like that book. Well, you know what happens? I begin to get more credibility to Mary as when Robin says she really likes something, it must really be good. And you all have influence over somebody. You may not have 170,000 followers on TikTok, but I guarantee you know somebody that looks up to you or knows that you know your stuff on cooking or recipes or whatever it is. But if you're not putting that out there for the world, how are you going to find your people? And I know that you all are blessed by God and have talents, but are you putting them on social media? Are you even taking the time to show up on social media? Or are you just doing the very bare minimum, and when a corporate graphic comes out, posting it, and that's it? That's what I used to do. Okay. Did I cover it?
I think so. We so appreciate you coming on and sharing your wisdom and all of these nuggets with us. We're all in the same boat. I mean, it doesn't matter what rank it is. When you're Founders Club, we're on a level playing field. You know, it doesn't, it's no different for Robin's still got to find the quick starts and managers. Me and Stacy still have to find the quick starts and managers, just like every one of you. So
I actually think it's harder for me. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
people always think it's easier, but I have been doing this for 12 years. Mm-hmm. I have to go get new people because I have singulared out my market. It's actually harder for me than the brand new person. The brand new person at least has, you know, their friends and family to go. Like, I wiped that out a long time ago, and now I completely rely on cold contacting and marketing, like to build my singular business. And what I love about Founders Club and Quick Starts, any other bonus in our company, rank bonuses, you have to wait till the 3rd of the month. So a brand new person, if they sign on the 1st, literally has to wait over a month to get their rank bonus. You can have a Quick Start bonus in your checking account within 72 hours of hitting it. That's powerful to somebody that's on their last leg. Hey, if you'll hustle, I can have $200 in your bank account plus commissions if you will give me all your attention and do what I say, coaching wise, and follow the steps on that worksheet. And I say that I can have 200 in your pockets extremely fast. You can't say that on the rank bonus. Rank bonuses are great. And I know why they're only like on the 3rd. I mean, they got to close out the month. But have you guys ever even thought of that? That's the fastest bonus you can get in our company is the quick start bonus and into your checking account.
Yeah. That's good.
So,
But
okay,
any final,
I can't leave you with no homework. My homework for you would be do an inventory and write down truly what you feel like you really do a good job with and what you don't like to do or not doing. Do an inventory. You don't have to show it to anybody, but I do think I think it's better to have somebody, a partner, to show it to, and be real. Like, this is gonna be the hardest assignment you've ever done. Are you good at recognition? Is your follow-up good? Are you good about getting people on subscription? How are you about talking about the business? How are you about checking in with your product users? How are you on social media? Literally write it down, and anywhere you're not good, I relish when a distributor will give me a list and their inventory is real heavy on the sides of stuff they're not doing, because I know I can work with this girl and help her. When they give me one and when a girl's like, oh, I do all the things, I mentally am like, I can't help you, because I am Robin Packard and feel like I do pretty well in the company, and I don't do all the things. I have to force myself every month to regroup. What do I need to focus on? So I don't know, honestly, I don't know one person that does all the things. So when a girl hands me a sheet and is like, I do all the things, it makes me sad, because I'm like, I can't help you. So if your list looks real bad on the side of, I actually love that, because I know there's so much hope for you, so much growth. That's how we're going to get to executive. That's how we're going to get back to platinum manager. That's how we're going to go on to platinum director. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So be honest, because that's where, and I learned that such a hard way. Like, you guys probably aren't real familiar with rodeo, but the first year I went to college, I had a coach that was like Zig Ziglar Jr. He was positive, peace, love, and light, told us how great we were every day. Nothing but positive came out of his mouth. It was a culture shock. The next year we had a new coach and the old one was gone. And every day he just hammered. And one day, so in goat tying, you have to run down and get off your horse on a run and then tie the goat. And finally he said, don't even tie the goat anymore. Just run down and get off. Don't tie the goat. And I was floored. And I was like, why do you not want me to tie the goat? And he said, because you're really good at tying the goat and your get off is what needs work. So we're going to sit here and we're going to get off until you do it right. And I was so offended, you guys. I was so mad to get that kind of criticism and for him to not even want to see what I did good. But it was the best lesson of my whole life, because he made me learn to attack the things I was bad at, because that's where the magic happens.
Yeah. Well, that's a great analogy.
Well, I wish I had a better one that wasn't rodeo, but you know, you get the point.
That's you though.
Yeah.
So final words. So you got your homework. Everybody's got their homework. They've got your challenge. Final words.
You know, the final words, do your inventories and really work on that. But I want you to heavy product check in with your product users, because I want you to have really good relationship for them when we go to launch this new product. Because I do think it's going to get a lot of people that have stalled in weight loss or gained back. I think it's going to help them tremendously. I think it's going to help a big pool of distributors that maybe have gained it back or didn't hit their goals originally. It's going to help them with them. I think it's going to relight a fire in our company for weight loss that we've needed. So I really want you to be heavy on that. And then I want you to pick those things on your bad list and really attack them. You're never going to be good at talking to the brand new person if you never talk to a brand new person. You literally have to embrace sucking at something. And you're going to fall into one of two categories: the person that was so afraid they never tried, or the person that was terrified, like that girl that I told you about. I mean, she literally would shake and do her little lives. And on her first live, she said, I promise you, no less than 100 times. But by her 5th time, she was getting better and then better and then better. And then she hit gold manager in a month where most people are making excuses on why they can't sell, or, you know. So just embrace that you're not going to be great, but you're going to get better. Please. I don't know how to do this, but go back to my Facebook 10 years ago and look at my posts. They're horrible. Look at my social media. It's horrible. It embarrasses me. I'm embarrassed for myself. But you know what? That was the best I could do at the time, and it made me get better.
That's good. All right. We thank you so much. This has been such a great night. And
Fantastic.
Thank you
I-
so much.
Thanks,
much.
Kira.
see all you guys writing down everything too. Robin, we so greatly appreciate you and your wisdom, and that you were willing to get on and give these ladies their prize, which is fantastic. They did the
Well, your
things.
tribe is going to be Founders Club, and it's fantastic. And Cancun is amazing. It's one of my favorite ones. You're going to love it. You know, I've won that trip every time for 10 years, and I so enjoy it. So I really want you guys to experience it and then go get out and promote it. Some people aren't motivated by making extra money, but I know a lot of people that are motivated by travel or recognition or by other things. We just have to talk to people. You have to strategize your social media so you hit everybody's pinch point. This person likes recognition. Oh, our company will do that for this person likes to travel. Oh, you like cash? We give cash. I can have money in your bank account in 70 hours. If you're not talking about each one though, you're never going to find that girl. Maybe Mary had, and that's why I went on my first Founders Club trip. I'll tell you a quick story and then I promise I'll be done. I had never been on a vacation in my life. My parents didn't take vacations. I was married. We didn't take vacations. We did not have the money. So when I heard that there was a trip to Cancun that was for 2 people for free, I was like, okay, what do you got to do to win that? And it was the last day. This is the first Founders Club. It was the last day of the quarter and you had to qualify in the quarters. And I had to sign 10 people up that day. You guys, I hadn't talked to 10 people in my whole life about Xyngular. And I was like a manager, silver manager. And I was like, are you kidding? I got to talk to 10 people. I literally was Rudy that day. We were at a horse show and I was walking up scared to death, talking to any person that I could talk to about Xyngular. But you know what I did? By God, I signed 10 people that day and I never talked to 10 people in my life about it. And if Robin can do that back then, I know you can too. Do you remember those days, Stacy? Because I know you qualified too. You had to sign 10 people up within the first quarter, but I didn't have the quarter. I had that day to do it.
Yeah,
But
and it was a little challenging, especially coming in where you came in at and trying to do it all at the end.
Yeah.
So yes,
I had to do it. It was do or die. But you know what? I wanted it so bad. I got way out of my comfort zone and started talking to people about Xyngular. You'll find a way, just like them girls paying $1,500 for extensions. If you want them, you'll find a way. You'll find a way.
And I'm going to jump in and say this about Robin. I was here when Robin came in, and I hope this comes out right, Robin. So forgive me if it doesn't.
I'm not easily offended.
I can remember Robin being very, in a way, standoffish, not really personal, and real backward. And
I don't know about backward, but
you didn't talk much.
no, I'm very introverted. It's not shyness. It's I literally could be alone for 10 days and it not bother me by myself.
And I'm saying all that to say this.
Yeah.
If Robin can make the steps that she's done along the way to be as successful as she is, there's no reason that each and every one of you on here could not do the same thing. Because I've seen that transformation in Robin over the years. And I know that it didn't come easy. I know that she worked for it. She worked hard for it. But if we want to be where she's at, then we do have to get out of our comfort zone some. We do have to learn to do things differently, to do things a new way. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes the old things don't work. And sometimes we forget about the old things that do, and we've got to go back to those old things. So do that inventory, like Robin said, of what are you doing really well and what are you not doing well or you feel like you're bad at. And you know, you may end up having a list of maybe 5 or 6 things. I know I probably will, of things I do bad. Don't try to tackle all 5 of those things at one time. Okay. Pick 1 or 2 that you want to improve on, and then move from there. And then find the next one, find the next one, find the next one, until you feel like you can move that bad category over to your good side, to your good category. And Robin, I'm sure Melissa said this in the beginning. These are a group of rock stars that are in our Founders Club group. Let me tell you, we are so proud of them. They have put in the work, and I know you know the background of this, that we had a little competition for them, and this was the group that won, and they worked really hard to be on this Zoom. So I know Melissa and I are super proud of them. Christy is too. She had something going on this evening and couldn't be on, but we want to let you all know we are super proud of you all for the work that you put in to earn this Zoom. And Robin, thank you for being on. I think we've been on almost an hour now, probably.
Oh,
And
I'm sorry.
no,
We could have stayed another 4.
Yeah, but you keep going.
We could stay another 4, believe me.
we could. I could
You
listen to
get
Robin
tired
talk
of me,
all
trust
night.
me.
Yeah, I could sit back and listen to Robin talk and train all night. But Robin,
I am super introverted. Like Stacy's not wrong. I struggled in public settings making small talk. But what I can talk about Xyngular all night. I can talk about horses all night. I can talk about things that I love. But I had to get better at that. He's not wrong. I mean, I wish you knew me then. I mean, I still struggle publicly so much because I'm just a little socially awkward, I'm just really bad at small talk, and I have to try. And what triggers me to try is I've always been like, you're the top leader in the company. If you don't talk to people, they're not going to say, well, she's really introverted. They're going to say, no, she's really arrogant and stuck up and won't talk to people. And that is not my heart. That is not my heart. So that forces me to try harder at that, even though it's a very not super uncomfortable. I'm not a good small talker. So if you come up to me, please start talking about Xyngular or a horse, because otherwise we're just screwed.
And she's gotten to where she loves hugs too. She did not like people hugging her.
I just thought it was weird. I didn't grow up in a hugging family. My dad was very German, and we weren't huggers, but I am completely acclimated to hugging now. So we're good.
yeah, after 12 years of hugs, it's kind of hard not to be.
Yeah. I used to literally kind of block people, like grab them by the arm so they couldn't get us, and then be like, but now I'm full on hugger.
Yep. Well, we thank you
I'm
guys.
excited for you guys. Do that and start really checking in on some of your pinch points. Like if you're bad on subscription, like Stacy said, clean your kitchen tomorrow. And you know what I mean? Metaphorically, clean your kitchen, get out a whiteboard. Like I used to have a tiny whiteboard from Dollar General for $1, and now I have one on rollers in my house. Like, wrote down what your goals are. So we have to look at them every day, write your inventory down. This is my focus. Like Stacy said, pick a few, put them on your board. That's what we're focusing on. I told you mine was recognition, so I'm working on it. Okay.
Love it.
You're already rock stars. You're doing the deal. Hey, a person that will show up will go up. I promise you. I can tell by my trainings I do. If the same faces are there, those are the same faces that are doing the do and working. So good on you. Congratulations on winning your award. I don't know that I'm much of a prize, but good for you.
You are a prize.
Thank you.
Tell my
Rob,
children.
Thanks again, guys. Congratulations. We appreciate you guys being on here, taking the time to listen to Robin. She had some great tips. Hope you all took a lot of notes. I know I did. And this is the thing about Robin, is if she's telling you to do it, she's doing it. These aren't things that she's grabbing out of the air and saying, hey, this is something you should be doing. She's doing the same work that she's asking you all to do or recommending you guys to do. So thank you all for joining us. We're going to close this out. Robin, we love you so much. We